Yo, what is up? What is up, everybody? Before I begin the show, what I gotta do? I gotta play the intro.
Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, give up, give up, give up. I know you got doubts, but get to the bag. Just follow the dream and stick with the plan. I know you get worried.
Greetings, what's up, Redheads? It's your guy J Red checking in once again. Make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. If you are watching this on Facebook Live, make sure that you hit that share button. Everybody hit that like button, hit that those fire emojis, everything like that, because we got some heavy stuff to talk about today. Let me make sure that I notify everybody. Hold on. Hope everybody's having a lovely evening today. Give me just a second. I got to post on Instagram real quick. Give y'all some time to gather all up in here. Let's see, live. All right. So we got some stuff to talk about, man. Just shared it on IG Live. I mean on Instagram. But man, I gotta start off the show. By sending my deepest condolences and giving a big RIP to the legend, two-time Hall of Famer, two-time WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall, also known as Razor Ramon. He's transitioned today. He was on life support. Because he suffered from 3 heart attacks, man. 3 heart attacks, and it came from complications from hip replacement surgery. So yeah, man, Scott Hall passed away. It's so sad to hear, man. Like he was a big legend, you know what I'm saying? WWE, known as WWF back then, man, they had made such an impact in entertainment, man. And I still watch it. I'm an avid wrestling fan. Shout out to WWE and AEW, but Scott Hall was a big legend. We lost a big legend. I grew up watching him, and actually, I met him. I met him, and I worked out. We were working out at the same gym when I moved over to Smyrna a few years back. I think back in like 2017. Every other morning, I used to get up and go work out. I still work out, but it would be in the morning time. I would work out like around 10 in the morning, and Scott Hall would be in there. And I remember the first time that I seen Scott Hall, he of course his hair is all gray now. He was still tall, still big. But I looked at him and I'm like, is that Scott Hall? Is that? And then I said, man, I know it is. And I went, spoke to him, told him how much of a fan I am. And we took a picture, whatever. I shared it on my social media. But after that, I kept seeing him. I always saw him when I walked in the gym, when we were working out. Spoke to him all the time. And what was just crazy is that he would be in there. He's this big legend. You know what I'm saying? Like he helped start. He was one of the founding members of the NWO. He won the Intercontinental Championship a lot of times and made sure that wrestlers were able to get paid, you know what I'm saying, from back in the day and stuff. So yeah, man, Scott Hall is that legend, man. He's that dude. So he's gonna deeply be missed. Like I said, I always saw him in the gym. Very kind guy, super cool, you know what I'm saying, approachable. And I used to speak to him all the time. So it was kind of hard. It's like, damn, this one hit kind of different, But yeah, he passed away right by my house, man. Like a few miles out at Wellstar Kenstone. Yeah, he was in the hospital on life support, and his family took him off life support. And it would have took a miracle in order for him to recover. But man, yeah, I figured that he would go ahead and transition. But RIP to Scott Hall, man. RIP to the legend, the bad guy, man, Scott Hall For real, for real. But yeah, man, if you're watching right now, make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Also, if you're watching this right now on Facebook, shout out to everybody who comments and stuff on Facebook. I want you to hit that share button and then join the discussion because we got some stuff to talk about. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. So, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. I'm gonna lighten up the mood. Jussie Smollett received his sentencing, jail time. He's gonna be doing 150 days in jail. Now, I think he's on like a 30-month, and after that, I think it's probably like 30 months probation or 40 months probation, something like that. But he has to serve the first 150 days of that whole sentencing in jail at the Cook County Jail in Chicago. Now, man, it's been so crazy, man. Like, my question of today, though, this goes to Jussie Smollett, the Gay Tupac, right? And Tekashi 6ix9ine. Was it worth it? Was it worth it being a troll, Tekashi and Jussie Smollett? Was it worth lying? Was it really worth it at the end of the day? Because listen, man, no matter how many days you get in jail, any day in jail is horrific from what I hear. I've never went to jail, and guess what? I do not plan on going to jail neither. So any time you go to jail, man, it's already bad. But yeah, Jussie Smollett brought it on himself. Let's keep it a buck. He brought this on himself. Everybody in the black community. I remember when the funny thing is when it first happened, they were saying they were blaming us. They were like the heterosexual black males aren't supporting Jussie Smollett, and we were like, what's this got to do with us? They tried to make it like a homophobic type of thing, and this is the thing I didn't like about the whole ordeal: the fact that he tried to tie in the black struggle and the LGBT struggle and put them together. What's up? What's up, Aaron? I mean, Evan. I'm tripping. Evan. Why you call this a P Pytusa or PYT USA gamer chick? Shout out to Evan in the building. But yeah, back to the Jussie Smollett thing, right? So he tried to do that, right? I know I said Aaron. I should have. I don't know why I was thinking of Aaron. Evan. Shout out to Evan, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man. So Jussie Smollett tried to tie in everything. Like, he tried to tie in the black struggle mixed with the LGBT struggle. The story sounded bullshit from the jump. I mean, come on, man. Freezing weather, Chicago, you outside getting a Subway sandwich. They yell out those derogatory terms to you, saying you're that blank blank from Empire, tied a noose around his neck, put bleach on him, man. So y'all know about the story. But anyway, I'm gonna play a clip. Let's play a clip real quick of what was said in the courtroom once he well, no, I ain't gonna play that part. I'm gonna play what his brother's been saying. How about that? This is ridiculous. They're so dramatic. Listen to this, y'all.
It's currently in the psych ward at Cook County Jail. What's very concerning is that there was a note attached to his paperwork today and put on the front of his jail cell saying that he's at risk of self-harm. I want to just make it clear to folks that he is in no way, shape, or form at risk of self-harm. And he wants to let folks know that he is very stable. He is very strong. He is very...
All right. Let's stop all that. So Jussie has been, like, his team has been super dramatic. All right. They don't believe that he should have been jailed. They believe that, you know, he should have been able to walk away, the probation and everything. Like, they think that they're really selling the bullshit. And guess what? I understand why they continue and he continues to keep up the lie. Think about this. If Jussie Smollett, if he fessed up and told the truth, right? For one, he wouldn't be in jail because they would have just fined him, right? Because the big thing is he lied and caused like over $150,000 in investigation, research, and cop overtime and all the other stuff. So had he kept it a buck and just told the truth after he was found guilty, they wouldn't have sentenced him, right? But he kept the lie going. And I know why he kept it going, because if he was to stop this, like stop it, if he was just to say, y'all, I lied, right? It's still going to be a catch-22, but he would be looked at worse. Because think about it, man. Anybody can sell you some bullshit, right? If I say that I'm the best rapper in the world and I continue to keep saying that, if I say I'm a genius and continue to keep saying that, even if you know my raps are trash or you think I'm dumb, over time, if I do something, you'll be like, okay, maybe he is a genius. Maybe he is the best rapper. Let me listen a little harder. Let me listen to what he's saying a little harder, because we're living in a society today to where everything is subjective, right? It's hard. As crazy as it is, it's like a lot of stuff, like nothing is definite anymore. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of things going on in the community right now on the internet, like you can be plus size and what they call it, you can be fat and they call it plus size, right? If you make fun of somebody being dumb, you know, you'd be like, okay, well, you can't use that word. They don't even say mental retardation anymore. They use another word for it. I forgot what it is, but everything is subjective, right? There's a lot of pandering going on. So the thing is, if you could sell somebody the lie and they could feed into it after a while. So I feel like his brand is already hurt because everybody knows that he's lying. But I think that he would be looked at differently if he came out and just was like, hey, y'all, I lied, opposed to continuing the lie, because all what's going to happen, he's going to go to jail, which he's in jail right now. He's going to get out, and he keeps up the lie. Then a lot of people are just going to be like, some people are going to be like, well, maybe did it happen? Because, for example, George Zimmerman got off for killing Trayvon Martin, right? We know that it was bullshit, but he was found innocent. So what they could do is say, well, he went to court and the law says this or whatever, but we know that it's bullshit. Just like Jussie could just say, you know what? Well, he was found guilty, but he could say, yeah, that's the court thing, though. It's evidence that like he can keep selling the lie. So already, if his career is destroyed, the only bit that he has is to, cater to the people that support him, which is a minority, but that's still somebody. He could write a book about this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So I can kind of see why he's keeping up the lie, right? But you got a lot of different people. Well, particularly his brother. His brother talking about, he's in the psych ward, and before he did go to jail. Who saw when he went to was before he was going to jail? Let me check on Facebook if anybody's commenting. All right. Before he went to jail, notice he was raising up his fist and saying that he wasn't suicidal. I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I'm innocent. Now, what they're saying is he's saying that because the Jeffrey Epstein thing that happened, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in prison, right? But a lot of people feel like, and a lot of people, this is allegedly now, all right, YouTube, this is allegedly, but a lot of people feel like he was killed in prison. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe he was snitching on other pedophiles or whatever the case. And they're worried maybe that Jussie may start snitching, or, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a regular guy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy who probably ain't never been to jail a day in his life. You know what I'm saying? So can he hold himself together to be isolated for 150 days because he's in protective custody? And for those who know about jail and prison, if you're in protective custody, that means that you're away from the general population. You know, it's almost like solitary confinement, but you're keeping away from all the other prisoners to keep away from putting harm on you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he might start singing. Maybe, because I do feel like it was orchestrated, man. I don't think that he was in on this by himself. I definitely think that other people were involved, and it could be a situation to where he starts snitching. And if he starts snitching, you never know what higher ups or in the powers that be he could be snitching on. So he's worried for his life right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a reason he was saying, hey, y'all, I'm not suicidal. Just letting you know, because I didn't know what he was talking about. Hey, y'all, I am not suicidal. And he was sticking to it. But the funny thing is he wants to go with the whole black thing now, because if you notice, everybody from different immigrant groups, from LGBTQ, just if you want to get something done, you know that Black Americans can get it done as far as, you know what I'm saying, fighting for justice, right? So it's easy to go into the black community and then try to use our struggle to help get what you want. You know what I'm saying? But it will and it can end up backfiring on you. So my question to y'all is, do you feel like he should be in jail? Because a lot of people were saying, well, he didn't need to be in jail and all this other stuff. My thing is, I'm not tripping if he goes to jail or since he's in jail, right? My thing is, let it be fair across the board. These Karens and these Kens who call police on black people, and let me tell you this, when they call the police on you knowing that it's bullshit, they do that with the intention of you getting killed because they know that police kill black people at an alarming rate. And more than likely they can get off on it. But the thing is, it's a little different nowadays because, you know, the Ahmaud Arbery stuff happened, the Derek Chauvin stuff happened, and we're starting to see these white supremacists and guilty officers starting to get sentencing. You know what I'm saying? Getting sentenced. So it ain't no more Amber Geiger stuff going on. If you notice, you got to really pay close attention. So the thing is, a lot of people, like I said, they want to latch on to the black community, and that's what Jussie tried to do because it was like law. It was different things getting passed. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a bunch of LGBT stuff going on at that time. And I'm not saying anything disparaging about that community. Shout out to that community. But it felt like there was a hidden agenda. You know what I'm saying? It felt like it was a hidden agenda going on at that particular time. You said, no, it's a victim. Let me pop that up real quick. So you said, no, it's a victimless crime. He should have got a fine and probation. This is the thing. You're right. He should have got that. They were going to give that to him. Remember, he was found guilty, but he was still fighting it. He was still fighting it, and he kept going with the lie. That's the reason that they put him behind bars, because it's like, okay, now, dude, you're going to continue this lie. We got to make an example out of you. So some people were saying, which I do believe, if it was a white person, he wouldn't be doing no jail time. But the fact that he is black, that has something to do with it. But I feel like he really brought it on himself. Had they found him, caught him red-handed, he just would have been like, hey, y'all, you did. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm going to pay this fine, though. They would make him pay the fine, get probation, and that's it. But he kept the lie going. That's what the issue is. So in reality, Jussie Smollett brought all this shit on himself. I seriously don't believe that they were going to give this man jail time. Real talk. I just don't. But I mean, he kept the lie going and he's sticking to his lie. So my thing is, if you're going to continue this lie, ride it to the grave, Jussie. Go ahead, Jussie. You better, because you put yourself in a situation to go to jail. Your freedom taken away from you. Now, his family is acting all dramatic. They acting like this nigga got a life sentence. Like, he got 150 days in jail. Now, like I said, any day in jail is bad, but 5 months, like they're saying, oh my God, you know, he was sleeping on a restraining bed and all this other stuff, and now he's getting a regular bed and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, dude, you know, unless maybe, you know, he starts snitching or something like that, that's the only harm I see happening to him in jail. But come on, man, I don't even think if he was in general population, nobody would do nothing to him. Not unless they would get paid to do it, but chill the fuck out. This dude lied. You know what I'm saying? He caused no hurt. It's a victimless. He didn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? He just lied. So I don't really see anything bad happening to him there unless he would start snitching on somebody. So his family is overreacting. They're like, oh my God, this is a travesty. This is, you know, stop locking up our black men. No. Don't bring us in this. Don't bring up black people. Don't try to ride the black struggle, all this, because we knew it was bullshit from the get-go. They always try to bring us in it. It's like, no, it was an LGBT thing. You tried to have LGBT and black people up in it. You know what I'm saying? But I hate when people try to do this and then it backfired. You know what I'm saying? But Taraji P. Henson she was sticking up for him. I'm like, y'all making yourself look crazy. I know he was your castmate on Empire. You probably have a great relationship with him, but he brought all of this on himself. But did y'all see the video when he was walking out the court? I want to play it, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. But you know, he was like, I'm not guilty. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because this was hilarious. Gotta find that. Let me see. Jussie Smollett. Let me see. Where's the short part of it? Let me see if anybody, man. Thing is, I want to show it, but like last time I showed something from the new, but I mean it's kind of fair use. Let me see. Let me see something.
Let me tell you, Mr. Smollet, I know because of yourself. Faking. Well, the irony is that.
Hold on, y'all. Trying to find one. Okay.
I am not.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen with you. This is his little outburst that he had. This was hilarious.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent. I'm sentencing you to 30 months felony probation in addition to the city of Chicago, Nickel County Jail. Writing with. I am not suicidal.
Here we go.
Okay? I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
The acting.
I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal. Okay.
See, he was doing all that extra shit, man. Dog, just take the L. Just take the L, man. Like somebody said, take the LGBTQ thing. Like, take the LGBT. Man, like the acting, because it's the acting for me. Like, he really did a good job in that court. Well, I ain't gonna say a good job. It was a hilarious job because he was like, I'm innocent. I'm not guilty, and threw up his fist. I'm like, bro, calm down. Not the gay Tupac. Come on, gay Tupac. Because Tupac went to jail. Tupac went to jail, so I guess the gay Tupac got to go to jail too. You know what I'm saying? For 5 months. But not the gay Tupac. Come on, Jussie, Juicy. You can do those 150 days, man. And like his brother said something about he would, was in the psych ward and, all that in the prison. But I think he'll be okay, man. I think that seriously he'll be okay. But let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff. All right. So Chris Breezy has been vindicated. Now, my question, if you haven't heard about it, I'm not going to use the R word. I'm going to say grape. All right. So you should know what I'm talking about. So Chris Brown was accused of graping a woman, right? And he revealed text messages and I think calls or whatever from her. And it basically revealed that, it was consensual. Whatever they doing was consensual. And I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember everything. But bottom line, he didn't do it. And he has valid proof that he did not do it. So my thing is, when women falsely accuse these men of graping them, all right, should they be in jail? Should they get locked up? Right? Because when you accuse somebody of something, right, something as serious as graping them, oh my God, like your image is tarnished. And this isn't just celebrity, right? Celebrities really even probably it's probably a better situation. I ain't gonna say better, but it's a different situation for a celebrity, because at least a celebrity could have a fan base that's going to be core to them, and depending on how they do their business and make their money, they may be okay in the long haul. But a regular Joe Smo on the road, at work or whatever, if somebody accuses you of something as serious as that could mess up your image. You know what I'm saying? That could mess up, because even if you're found not guilty, people still going to be side-eyeing you. And as difficult as people put stuff out there nowadays, they want to go ahead and label you guilty before innocent anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody was to accuse me of that and I prove in court that I didn't do it, the girl could just be like, well, no, he really did. This is unjust, all this other stuff. And then they could be looking side-eyeing me like, did he really do that? And that would be unfair. And then, people wouldn't want me to be around them, or, I couldn't get a job in situations, what I'm saying? I would have to take them to court, but it's defamation. But the thing is, if the person that does grape someone, right, they do deserve to go to jail. But if you falsely accuse that person and tarnish their legacy, mess up their image, defamation, and all this other stuff, then if they were going to do jail for the time, do jail for the crime, then you should do jail for lying. Because what are you gaining from that? What purpose do you have? So Chris Brown was vindicated, but he plans to sue the great victim. I'm not great, but she's not a great victim, right? But he plans to sue the accuser. But my thing is, he's rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who she is or how much money she has, but the only thing he would be able to do is just sue her for defamation. And I don't know if she would have to pay him or what, but my thing is she should go to jail. If you're falsely accusing someone of something as serious as rape, then you should go to jail. You should serve time because you're messing up that individual's life. You're messing up that individual's way to make money, to make a living, living in a community. You know what I'm saying? Because what if they are found guilty, but they really, really didn't do it? If they didn't have a good legal defense team or whatever, then that person could be going to prison for some time for a crime they didn't commit. So these ladies, and then on top of that, there are really great victims that are out there. Women who are getting sexually abused, molested, and all this stuff. So you're taking away anybody believing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are really victims out here, and these women are getting abducted, kidnapped, especially black women. But you're lying. You know what I'm saying? You're lying about somebody actually doing that to you to gain some clout or get some money out of them or just whatever. That's fucked up. So just like when I was talking about the Karens and the Kens, they call police on black people and shit like that. They need to get locked up too, because you're first of all, when they call the police on you, like I said, they're trying to get you killed. Which brings me to Ryan Coogler, right? Let's talk about Ryan Coogler real quick. Did y'all see when Ryan Coogler got detained by the police at Bank of America? Y'all saw that? If you are watching right now, let me know in the comment section if you saw Ryan Coogler get detained by the police. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Shout out to Kari. She said he had that speech ready. But yeah, did y'all see that? Now, that was a situation where he walked into the bank and tried to withdraw some money, $12,000 cash. And now I'm on his side. Like, that woman, and it wasn't a white woman, it was a black woman, right? But she called the police, and it's dangerous to call the police on a black man because 9 times out of 10, you really got to be aware. Like, when I get pulled over, I'm worried about my life. I'm in fear of my life, because you never know what can happen. But she called the police on him because he had a mask on and had shades on, right? And he wrote on a withdrawal slip about, and I'm going to show y'all what he did. I'm sure y'all already seen it, but let me share my screen with you again. And look at this. So this is what he wrote. He said, "I would like to withdraw $12,000 cash from my checking account. Please do the money count somewhere else. I'd like to be discreet." Now, I'm all for Ryan Coogler, and I feel like, if he gave her the ID and all this other stuff, then she should have known better. Shouldn't have called the police at all. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Look at that. Don't that look a little suspicious to y'all? On the funny side, maybe it's his handwriting. I don't know. I went on Facebook and I was like, oh, I don't know. That look a little sketchy. But he wrote it in the do not write section and all this other stuff. Right now, keep in mind, no, the police shouldn't have been called at all. She should have did a job. My understanding, she went to the manager because she was, it sent her on alert, and the manager said call the police. So they weren't doing their damn jobs, and this innocent black man could have got killed. So thank God that didn't happen. Ryan Coogler, you might have well called him a legendary director, because Black Panther is one of the highest grossing movies of all time. If not, I know it's the highest grossing Marvel movie of all time. But didn't that note look like a ransom note? Like his handwriting, and he said, "Do it behind the." So it was, I don't know. It was a little funny to me. I was like, look at that handwriting. It does look a little suspicious. Now, I'm not saying I would have called the police, but Maybe and I've never been a bank teller, but you know, when people get robbed and you've seen it in the movies and stuff, or you hear about it in the news, they'll slip over a piece of paper and say, look, withdraw this much money or withdraw the money. I'm armed. If you make a sound or you do anything suspicious, I will kill you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the man has an account. During the call, she omitted a lot of information to make it suspicious. Yeah, look, I 100% agree. You know what I'm saying? It's just I looked at the handwriting. I was like, it looked a little sketchy, but yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it 100%. Like the police shouldn't have been called at all. I just had to bring that up. It was funny, but nah. But yeah, back to Chris Brown, man. Like those individuals who you know, falsely accuse somebody of something as serious as raping them or anything of that matter, you know what I'm saying? But mostly rape. It's like you're messing up that man's image and you're making it hard for women who actually do get abused and raped and sexually assaulted to actually get justice. So yeah, she deserves to get locked up. Definitely. All right. Next person I want to talk about. He's the other highlight of this episode. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Is he going bankrupt? Oh, man. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because, and I will share my screen with you again. So he was in the news because apparently he may be going bankrupt. So here's the article. My question is it worth all the trolling and stuff, right? We already talked about Jussie Smollett, but look at this. 6ix9ine reveals he's struggling to make ends meet in declaration to the judge. So I hate when these things be popping up. Golly. All right. So basically, he was involved in like a robbery or something like that. And now it's time to, I guess, pay up, right? In a sworn declaration to the judge overseeing the case, 6ix9ine revealed that he's struggling to make ends meet. So he said, right now, I am struggling to make ends meet. I do not know if I will ever command the kind of advances I was paid before my arrest, and my career stalled. The Brooklyn rapper says his record deal with 10,000 Projects expired last month, as well as a merchandise deal. He said, I did receive large advances under the recording artist and merchandising agreements prior to my arrest. However, I do not receive any royalties under those agreements either, since my royalty accounts remain unrecouped. So yeah, basically, yeah, he was involved in like with the let me see the plaintiffs. He was involved with the Trey 9 Bloods. Associate abused them back in April. The victims, who also worked as publicists, say they were in the studio when 5 armed men pulled up in the SUV and demanded them to get on the ground before taking their belongings. So I think something about he actually like just recorded it or something like that. He didn't actually do the robbing, right? But he was involved in it. But like he's saying, if he does have to pay up or, you know, do anything with that case, then it's a high chance that he will go into bankruptcy. So what was funny is that I went to his Instagram, right, just to see the comments. And the comments were saying, maybe he's lying, y'all. I don't think that, come on, y'all, think smarter. Now, this is true. I will say this, right? When 50 Cent went bankrupt and Donald Trump go bankrupt, you have to look like, even R. Kelly, right? You have to look like, if you don't want to pay somebody, you have to look like you don't have it. So 50 wasn't broke, but he wanted to file for bankruptcy because he didn't want to pay somebody. I forgot who it was. I think he had lost a lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he had lost a lawsuit and didn't want to pay somebody and try to get out of that. And he filed for bankruptcy or something like that because he didn't want to pay them, right? And with R. Kelly, all the stuff, the legal trouble he was going through and stuff, right? He actually hid his money in different accounts. So that does happen when you want to, you know, you got to look desperate and look broke in court. However, I do feel like Tekashi is broke. Not broke as far as he doesn't have any money at all, but I do feel like if he was to go through with this case and had to pay anything, he would go bankrupt. Because think about it. If the records that he sells, most of those are bots anyway, right? So I'm sure he was getting paid, but he don't tour anywhere. Where does he tour? Who wants to really book him in a venue? I wouldn't. He's a liability risk. He's a safety risk because you know that he snitched on somebody. So it's like, you don't know if he got a hit out on his head or what. Now, of course, he says he moves how he wants to and all this other stuff. But after all that shit that he was going through, are people really trying to book him? It's not even a lot of people that want to interview him outside of academics. Now, think about this. The Breakfast Club, 21 Jumps. What's that? The Adam 21 show, No Jumper podcast, Vlad TV. There are a bunch of media outlets that are out there that would get guaranteed millions of views if Tekashi were to be on there, but none of them want him on there. Think about it. If he was to go on Breakfast Club, man, the Breakfast Club could have got a bunch of views, but is it really worth it? Do you even want that energy around you? So if you can't do shows, and then every artist, I don't care who you are, you can't make money just from the music. You know what I'm saying? Not strictly just from the music. Now, you can make a living off of it, but you won't be able to be rich. You know what I'm saying? It's millions of streams you have to even get thousands of dollars. So if you don't really have, because people don't play Tekashi on the radio. You know, I've never heard him on the radio. I live in Atlanta. This is the music capital now. Like, all things we control the culture as far as the music over here. You know what I'm saying? If it breaks in Atlanta, it pretty much breaks everywhere. But Tekashi ain't hitting like that. So the thing is, it's like, if he's not making money off music and he's not able to tour, and he's talking about his merchandise deal is over with, you know, and the label probably squeezed out all the money they could get from him. What money is he really making? Unless he got some businesses or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that dude, I really believe that, you know, if he was to go through it, he ain't got no money because he can't really make money because of the situation. So my question is, Tekashi, was it really worth it doing all this? Because now your money is running real dry right now. Was it worth all the trolling? You know what I'm saying? Like, Whack 100, is Whack 100 still managing him at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, the last time I even heard about Tekashi was when Whack 100 had him on the academic show thing, and they were talking and stuff like that. But Tekashi, all that trolling leads to this, to where people, you don't really have real fans, do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know right now, if there are any Tekashi fans watching, would you go? Do you think that he could go around nationally and tour and sell out venues and arenas and all that? I don't think so. So he hadn't been able to eat money-wise. So was it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Fake, you know, false flagging, being in this gang and all that stuff when you ain't really about that life. This should go to show you all the trolls that are out there. It ain't worth it. If you a gangster, you can be a gangster. But if that shit ain't in you, don't do it for clout, man, because that money well can run dry. It can run dry. Believe that. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Let me check, because I'll be having a look on here on Facebook, because sometime it be comments that y'all be on Facebook and I don't see them until afterwards. So okay, let me check right there. All right, bet. So yeah, man, Tekashi, I'm telling you, that money runs dry, bro. That money runs dry. All right, next thing I want to talk about. I've been waiting to talk about this one. So Kim Kardashian tells women in business, get off your ass and work. I put and work. Let me make that better. Hold on. Let me edit that. And work. All right. That looked bad. So Kim Kardashian tells women in business, get off your ass and work. Did y'all see when she said that? She said, get off your fucking ass and work. Most women, I don't know, she said most women, but she said there's a lot of people that don't want to work, right? How do y'all feel about that? If any ladies are watching right now, how do y'all feel about that? Let us know how y'all feel about that. I would, like I said, I would play the clip, but I think that was somewhere that I don't want to get a copyright strike. Sometimes I think that I ain't gonna get one, and then I'll look and I'll be like, damn, so I can't monetize on the video. But Kim K said that ladies need to get up and work. Get up, quit being lazy, get off your ass. Now, she received a lot of backlash for that. Reason being is because Kim K comes from a wealthy family. Her, I think was her mom a lawyer too? I forgot, but I know her father was one. He was actually O.J. Simpson's lawyer. So the Kardashians have always had money. So that whole born with a spoon in your mouth thing, that's one, right? Number two, what was Kim K famous for? Why are all the ladies looking at her with a side eye? What was Kim Kardashian actually famous for? Even her ex-husband Kanye West said, "My girl became a superstar from a home movie." He said, "My girl became a superstar from a home movie." And what was that song? Click. Ain't nobody fucking with my click. Click. So she had a sex tape with Ray J. And after that, see, honestly, I never knew who Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians were until the sex tape came out, because I would back then be, looking at different blogs and hip hop sites. And then the whole Ray J was messing with her thing came out, and they had a sex tape. Her mother got the sex tape, put it out, and they made millions off of it. I think it's the highest grossing sex tape, if I'm not mistaken. And they got a bag off of it. And ever since then, that put the whole family on. Very smart move, right? But women were looking at Kim saying that in a very negative way, because they're like, okay, well, what work did you do? Now, I got another point to that, but they were looking at, I'm going to get out what people were saying. They were saying that, who is Kim Kardashian to tell me to get off my ass and work when, you laid down and got work put on you to become famous? You know what I'm saying? Because she's a mogul now. She's a mogul. You can't take that away from her. But ladies were uptight about that. Real uptight about it. Now, to play devil's advocate, I'm a firm believer in, just like the whole Kevin Samuels thing, right? People were up in arms about him giving advice after he's been divorced twice. They were like, what can you tell me about marriage if you've been divorced? But the thing is, you can't always be mad at the messenger when they're telling you what's right. What Kim Kardashian said was right. Great information from a millionaire, from a mogul. However, maybe the wrong messenger. But I do feel like that anybody can give anybody some advice. However, it can be looked at the wrong way, because not everybody will. I think the Kevin Samuels thing was different, because a divorced person could tell you what works and what doesn't work in a marriage, because they got divorced, went through that. I know to do better now, right? Just like a business owner. If I fail at a business and then I start another one, I fail at that. If somebody will come to me and ask for advice, I could tell them, this is what I did to mess up these two businesses. Don't do this. Be on the lookout for that. So I'm not against the whole shooting the messenger thing, right? However, I mean, with that, if you laid on your back and your mother came in and made you a millionaire off of that, it's really not too much to say. You know what I'm saying? You can still give advice, but I guess in the manner that she did it, like I said, she wasn't wrong in what she said. I just think that coming from Kim Kardashian, like, that's how she became famous. Now, she probably worked hard after that, and I think that's what she's talking about. But, making a sex tape and then making a business off of that, like, all of your stuff comes from a sex tape. It's like, okay, you laid down to work. Anybody can lay down. Any woman could lay on her back and have sex to make money. Well, for one, that's called prostitution. But two, that's just, any woman could actually do that if she looks real good. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could be in a situation where a man makes a lot of money and be like, I want to just break the bank on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of women, when you're talking about hard worker, they're not thinking about sex. They're thinking about going to work, a 9 to 5, pushing in, 40, 60 hours a week, or starting their own business. Black-owned businesses. And shout out to Zoed Beauty Supply. And shout out to True Product, the True detergent that I showed y'all. These women are out here. It's a lot of successful women that are out here, like, working, and they didn't have to sleep their way to the top. They didn't have to sleep their way to the top. I'm sorry. And they didn't have to lay down and make a sex tape and actually do that. Anybody, oh man, if you look good, you could do an OnlyFans. So if a woman who makes an OnlyFans tells you that you're lazy, When you could be like, well, shit, I look good too. I go to the gym all the time. If I decided to bust it wide open and make an OnlyFans and make people pay, I could get that, but I don't want to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy way to do it. So I think that they were shooting at the messenger. However, I'm staying on record to say I don't think what Kim K said was wrong per se. You know what I'm saying? And I do think you can get advice from everybody, but in this case, I'm leaning with what the majority says. It's like, Kim, come on. Then you appropriated Black culture. Let's go there too. You're telling women to get up and work, but you pretty much stole the identity, the physicality of Black women. That's the big thing that I'm looking at. Like, what work did you really put in? You know what I'm saying? Everything you do, the Kardashians, you change up your facial features and physical features to favor Black women. So if you're telling women you got to work and all that, now I'm not taking away from her being a businesswoman, right? But at the same time, it's like you giving that advice. There's so many false flags that you know that you're doing to where women could look at you with the side eye and be like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like again, she is a mogul. I think that her mother and then put in work after the situation. But come on, man. Come on. That's how I look at it, man. Ridiculous. All right, so let me see, man. We got a couple of more things I want to talk about. So Stevie J received oral sex during the interview. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see when Stevie J was allegedly getting head during the interview, man? Now, I forgot. Let me see. Who was that? Who interviewed him? Who was that interviewed him? I'm looking up the name now. What's that chick's name? Because it looked like he was holding his phone. So Leah Henry, is that who it is? Who was interviewing him? Am I wrong? I forgot. Yeah, Leah. Yeah. So he was laying in the bed. His shirt was off, and it appeared that he was getting slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. He was getting slobbed down while he was getting the interview, man. Now you couldn't see it, but you could see him looking down, telling the girl to come suck him up and all this other stuff. You see her hand and all this, and that's crazy, man. Like I don't know what the hell that was about. Luckily we didn't see him actually getting head, but that's wild as hell. You getting a blowjob while doing an interview. And some people were criticizing Leah. They were like, why does she keep it going? But I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've interviewed numerous guests, but none of them ever got head while I was interviewing them. So I probably would have stopped it. If I know what's going on, I would have been like, but the other side, as far as the journalism in people, you're thinking like, I can get a lot of views off of this. Because, I mean, I don't know her like that. Obviously, she has some type of platform, but I mean, shit, like you get more views off of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit is wild. That's wild, man. So shout out to Stevie J. One more last thing I want to talk about, man. These gas prices. Oh my God. How many of y'all are getting hurt at the pump? Feeling that pain at the pump? Come on, man. Show me those gas. The little gas tank emojis or the fire emojis. Man, gas is tearing our asses up. But I want to address the critics, though. I want to address the critics, man. But yeah, how many of y'all feeling the pain at the pump? Who drives an SUV? That's who because I don't drive no SUV. I drive a regular size car. Right? So I can, man, it took me, I think if my car is all the way on E, I would want to say it to fill it up, it might take like $60, I want to say, which is a lot for my car. So y'all feeling pain at the pump, or is it just me right now? Because I want to talk about the critics, man. I've really been seeing different memes and different statuses and people talking shit about you pay for designer, but you can't afford gas. Y'all complain about gas prices, but you buy $200 worth of J's, just use your J money. And let me tell y'all something, man. First of all, J's and designers have a set price. Gas didn't. Gas wasn't at a high price, because right now in Atlanta, the highest price that I've seen, because if you go in the city, you know, when you go to those gas stations where it's not a lot of other gas stations around it so they can charge higher, that shit was damn near $5, I want to say. But the ones by my house, it's like $4.29. I think that's like, and then $4.19 is the cheapest one I've seen. But it's a lot of gas critics out here, and I don't know if they're doing it for clout, but they're talking shit, talking about why can't you afford it? You should be able to work. You got a job. But let me tell you something, man. These wages, if they're not paying you more, first of all, it don't matter how much money you make. You can make six figures. You could be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You could be a thousandaire, or you could just be an everyday worker. Everybody's getting hit from it because gas was never this high for you to have to worry about it coming out your budget. And let me tell you this, rich people will complain about the gas too, because guess what? When you go on tour, don't you go on tour buses? When you take a flight to go somewhere, now the oil done went up. That's going to be more. Groceries, different things. The fact getting everything shipped around America goes up. And it's not about working. Yes, I have a job, but if my job only pays a certain amount, gas prices going up because now Uber's going up. Y'all saw Uber is going to have surge prices now because of this, which I get, and I'm not tripping about it, but your Uber Eats and your Ubers, those are going up. So the critics talking about how can you afford design? I can afford the designer because gas don't cost that damn much, or it's not supposed to. Designer is already going to be expensive, but gas has never been what we call this outrageous and expensive in recent memory. I think the last time gas was high was, they said, like when Bush was in office, but first of all, I really wouldn't. I don't even think I was driving it. Was I driving at that time? Yeah, I was. Because before him, after him, Barack Obama came in office. So I was barely driving at that time, right? I had just started driving. But I mean, I think the highest it got to was like 3 something, but it's never been 4. I've never paid over $3 worth of gas. Over $4 a gallon. Shit. So all y'all critics out there, man, shut the fuck up. Like Juicy J says, shut the fuck up. Because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. But anyway, man, have fun being on here. Thank you, everybody, for participation. For those who will be seeing this on Facebook, make sure that you comment. Make sure that you comment on YouTube. Look, y'all, I was on TCR Radio, the Cord Room podcast. TCR Radio, had a great time on there. Part 1 is out right now on YouTube. I forgot the page, but let me see. If you go to YouTube and type in the Cord Room podcast, you should be able to see me on there, man. It's like 2 hours, but they broken up. The part 1 is out right now. Great interview, great podcast discussion. I'm starting to get requested on different platforms now, so that's dope. I also have a brand new single that's about to drop. It's a party song, y'all. Y'all gonna have a good time. It's just in time for the spring going into the summer. I guarantee you this is gonna be a hit. Mark my words, this will be a hit, man. It's already got great response and stuff like that when I actually performed it. So I'm excited about that. It's gonna be called Pregame. So be on the lookout for that. It may be dropping this Friday. I'm gonna keep you posted on it. But if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/ResView. Also follow me on social media platforms at JAYR3D, TikTok and Instagram in particular. Make sure that you follow me on there. Again, subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. RIP to Scott Hall. Again, man, my condolences to the Hall family and everything like that. Hope y'all pull through. And yeah, man, if you need a DJ in Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta or anywhere, if you need a DJ, hit me up, man. One of the best DJs out, so you got to hit me up. But anyway, y'all, this is J Red ResView signing out.